Alright, so, a different topic. Now that everybody understands what the ClearNet method is. Seattle Pride drops Amazon as the sponsor of the city's LGBTQ parade. And then today I noticed that McKinsey donated like $275 million or something to Planned Parenthood. I wonder if there's a correlation there. You know, the reality is that some people, the corporation itself doesn't necessarily adhere to the moral aspects of people that own it, basically. And that one of the things about a corporation is that the corporation works for the corporation. And that, it seems that the donation of $275 million to Planned Parenthood, there is something that pretty much like right there, that amount of money will essentially, Planned Parenthood pretty much won't have to worry about money anymore. And so, when I saw that, there's basically some potential ideas to be floating around. It's like, one of the things about a Planned Parenthood is that the low income areas are usually where they would be most effective. But then that also arises the security issues of Planned Parenthood. And so there's some theoretical ideas of potentially making like somewhat of like a taxi service that brings those people to a more secure like facility in a lesser dangerous area. And I thought that would be a good idea, because essentially, if you build like a structure that has like a security gate and a perimeter around it, then you can essentially probably keep a lot of the crazies away. And then if you're bringing people in like a taxiway, then you can essentially use blackout tents to be keeping people from being seen. And that potentially is a good, yeah, I thought that was a good idea. And so the whole idea is that potentially you can build scheduling offices, or you might be able to place like a safe place, might be able to facilitate like a scheduling for a taxi pickup. And that then you can potentially have like a safe place in a lower income area that can also be potentially, you can potentially have like a representative of Planned Parenthood in it. That also helps with the safe place or something. And that then you might be able to still service in a face-to-face way the lower income areas. And that then it essentially takes the doctor's office, which is the main point of security, and it pulls it away. And that then essentially, everything else is like, well, I guess the women's services, you might be able to just build like the abortion part at a separate facility with a taxing service, and then just having pap smears and duck lips and stuff like that, and condoms and stuff. And that you know, you might be able to slam on a safe place on the side of it. And then that might that might be a potential for, because see, the crazies will probably want the abortion facility. And so that's basically what the most, like, the highest risk or something. And that now that they're flushed with all the money that they would probably ever need, there's potentials for them to be expanding in different kind of ways that could potentially be a more secure and a more private way of doing that type of stuff. And then you don't have to worry, they don't necessarily have to worry about money anymore. And so, you know, I think it's humorous. It's humorous that the two articles on the same day, one is Amazon Corporation being dropped by the gay world, and then Mackenzie coming along and dropping a huge feminist payload. I found that humorous and nice, ironic. So that's my thoughts on that.